Welcome to the DigyKeys podcast. I'm Ethan Carter,
And I'm Madison Brooks.
and we're here to share some powerful tips to help you improve your confidence.
It's fantastic to be here.
Today, we're diving deep into positive affirmations and how they can help you unlock a more confident you.
Confidence is really the foundation for so much of what we achieve in life.
Absolutely.
It's a topic that I think resonates with so many of us.
Absolutely. So
Right?
let's break this down.
Yeah.
What are positive affirmations and how can they help us become more confident?
Positive affirmations are those short, impactful statements that we repeat to ourselves.
Okay.
And they're designed to shift our mindset from negative to positive,
Okay.
essentially rewiring our subconscious thoughts.
Interesting.
It's like giving your brain a consistent dose of positivity.
Okay, so it's about replacing those self-defeating thoughts with something more empowering.
Yeah.
But self-confidence runs deep, right?
Mhm.
It's about believing in our abilities, our choices, and our worth. How can just repeating phrases actually change that fundamental self-perception?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That gets to the core of how our brains function.
Okay.
You see, a lack of confidence often stems from deeply ingrained negative thoughts.
Okay.
Things we tell ourselves repeatedly, often without even realizing it.
Right.
And these thoughts become mental barriers, holding us back from taking risks and achieving our full potential.
So it's like these negative thoughts are creating a mental rut that keeps us stuck.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
The science behind it lies in neuroplasticity,
Hmm.
which is our brain's incredible ability to form new neural pathways and connections throughout our lives.
Okay.
Our brains are constantly adapting based on our experiences and thoughts,
Right.
which means we have the power to change those pathways with consistent effort.
So the more we repeat these positive affirmations, the more we strengthen those pathways,
Yes,
leading to a more confident mindset.
that's the idea. Think of someone who constantly tells themselves, "I always fail under pressure."
Yeah.
That thought becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy,
Right.
because they're strengthening that negative neural pathway
Uh-huh.
by consciously replacing it with, "I thrive in challenging situations."
Right.
They begin to build a new, more empowering pathway.
It reminds me of that research on encouraging self-statements,
Yes.
the kind of pep talks we give ourselves,
Yes.
and how that can boost perseverance during tough tasks.
Absolutely.
It seems like affirmations take that concept to another level.
Positive self-talk is incredibly powerful,
Yeah.
and affirmations are like putting it on autopilot.
Hmm.
They help us push past those fears and doubts, even that imposter syndrome so many of us experience,
All right. Yeah.
where we question our accomplishments and feel like a fraud.
That's a term I think some of our listeners might not be familiar with.
Right.
Could you elaborate on imposter syndrome a bit more?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome is that feeling of inadequacy,
Right.
like you don't deserve your success, and you're going to be exposed as a phony.
Right.
It's that voice that tells you you're not good enough, even when evidence suggests otherwise.
It's amazing how these affirmations can target something so specific and deeply rooted.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who might be skeptical,
Sure.
can simply repeating phrases really have that much impact on our brains?
It's understandable to be skeptical,
Yeah.
but there's actually a growing body of research that backs up the power of affirmations.
Okay.
Studies have shown they can activate brain regions associated with self-processing and reward systems,
Okay.
meaning they actually have a measurable impact on our neural activity.
That's interesting. So it's not just some feel-good technique.
Right.
There's actual science behind it.
There is.
But I think another question that might come up is,
Yeah.
aren't we just ignoring reality by focusing on the positive?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is there a risk of falling into that toxic positivity trap
Right.
where we pretend everything is perfect,
Yeah,
even when it's not?
that's an important point.
Yeah. And it highlights the need to use affirmations responsibly.
Okay.
They're not about denying reality or forcing ourselves to be happy all the time. It's more about consciously choosing to focus on solutions and possibilities
Okay.
rather than dwelling on negativity and limitations.
So it's about acknowledging the challenges while still maintaining a positive outlook.
Exactly.
Yep.
Affirmations should be grounded in reality.
Okay.
They should help us approach challenges with a more confident and resilient mindset, not make us delusional or avoid dealing with real problems.
Right.
It's more about equipping ourselves to face those problems head on.
Okay, that clarifies things.
Yeah.
So for someone who's ready to dive into this,
Sure.
how do they create personalized affirmations that will resonate with them?
That's a great question.
Where do they begin?
It starts with identifying the negative beliefs that are holding you back.
Okay.
What are those limiting thoughts that pop up in your head
Right.
and keep you from feeling confident? Like someone might think, I'm not good enough.
Exactly.
Or I'm going to mess this up.
Yes.
Those kinds of thoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you've identified those negative beliefs,
Yeah.
you can start transforming them into empowering positive statements. It's about flipping the script in your mind.
Okay.
So instead of, I'm not good enough,
Right.
you might say, I am worthy of success and happiness.
Okay.
Instead of, I'm going to mess this up, you might say, I am capable and prepared to handle this challenge.
I like that it's about reframing those negative thoughts into something positive and empowering.
Exactly.
But how do we actually integrate affirmations into our daily routines?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
How do we make them a habit?
There are many ways.
Okay.
And it's about finding what works best for you.
Okay.
Some people recite their affirmations during quiet moments, like first thing in the morning during meditation or before bed.
Okay.
Others write them in a journal or create visual reminders with sticky notes around their home or workspace.
Those are great ideas.
Yeah.
I've also heard of people setting reminders on their phones to pop up throughout the day with their affirmations.
That's an excellent strategy.
Yeah.
Especially for those who might need a boost of confidence before a big presentation or an important meeting.
Right.
The key is to make affirmations a regular part of your life, so they become second nature.
So it's not just a one-time thing. It's about consistently training our brains to focus on the positive.
Precisely.
Okay.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
And over time, as you continue to practice and reinforce these positive beliefs,
Right.
you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll feel more confident, more resilient, and better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way.
This is really inspiring.
Yeah.
But I think hearing real-life examples of how affirmations have helped people boost their confidence
Yeah.
would make it even more impactful for our listeners.
Absolutely.
Do you have any stories you can share?
Absolutely. I've come across so many inspiring stories of people who have transformed their lives with the help of affirmations.
Yeah.
One that comes to mind is a college student who struggled with social anxiety.
Okay, social anxiety can be incredibly debilitating.
It is.
Yeah.
What was the student's experience like using affirmations?
They began by identifying their negative beliefs.
Okay.
Things like, I'm awkward, people don't like me, and I'm going to say something stupid.
Right.
Then they turned those beliefs into positive affirmations.
Okay.
Instead of, I am awkward, they would affirm, I am confident and comfortable in social settings.
Okay.
Instead of, people don't like me,
Right.
I'm interesting and engaging.
Interesting.
And then, I'm going to say something stupid. I communicate clearly and effectively.
It's like they were directly addressing those deep-seated fears.
Exactly.
But did they start believing those affirmations right away? What was that process like?
It wasn't immediate, of course.
It took time and effort.
Okay.
They made a conscious effort to repeat these affirmations every day, especially before social events.
Okay.
And gradually, they started noticing a shift.
Huh?
They felt less anxious and more at ease in social situations.
Wow.
They started participating more in class, making new friends, and even joined a public speaking club.
Wow, that's remarkable.
It is.
It really shows how affirmations can empower us to step outside our comfort zones.
Yeah.
And overcome those fears.
It's a powerful example of how shifting our internal dialogue can lead to real-world changes.
That's great.
And it's not just for overcoming social anxiety.
Right.
Affirmations can be helpful in any area of life where we lack confidence.
Absolutely.
For example, I worked with an entrepreneur who was preparing to pitch their business idea to potential investors.
That sounds incredibly nerve-wracking.
It is.
I can imagine how self-doubt could easily creep in
It does.
during a high-stakes situation like that.
It does.
So how did they use affirmations to overcome those doubts?
So this entrepreneur was definitely feeling the pressure. They were doubting their abilities, questioning their idea, and worried about making a fool of themselves in front of these investors.
Right.
They reached out because they knew they needed to shift their mindset in order to succeed.
So how did they use affirmations to overcome those doubts?
They created affirmations, specifically designed to boost their confidence and focus on their strengths.
Okay.
They would repeat phrases like, I am a capable and visionary leader. My idea is innovative and valuable. And I am prepared and confident to deliver a compelling presentation.
And did those affirmations help them feel more confident during the pitch?
They absolutely did.
Okay.
The affirmations helped calm their nerves,
Okay.
shift their focus to the positive, and ultimately deliver a powerful and persuasive pitch.
Great.
They ended up securing the funding they needed to launch their business.
That's amazing.
It is.
It's like affirmations gave them that mental edge they needed to succeed.
Exactly.
Do you have any other stories that highlight how this can work in different situations?
I do. One more story that comes to mind.
Okay.
Is a mother who was returning to the workforce after taking time off to raise her children.
Okay, that's a challenge so many parents face.
It is.
When re-entering the workforce.
It is.
It can be tough to regain that confidence after a break.
It can.
How did affirmations play a role in her journey back to work?
She used affirmations to reframe her mindset and focus on her strengths.
Okay.
She would repeat phrases like, I'm a valuable asset to any team. My experience as a parent has given me valuable skills.
Okay.
And I am capable of achieving a successful work-life balance.
It sounds like she was intentionally reframing those perceived weaknesses as strengths.
Exactly.
What, did those affirmations actually help her land a job?
They did more than that.
Okay.
They helped her approach the job search with newfound confidence. She was able to articulate her skills and experience in a way that truly impressed potential employers. And she ended up landing a job.
That's great.
That was even better than she had hoped for.
These stories are incredibly inspiring.
Yeah.
It really shows how powerful affirmations can be in boosting our confidence and helping us achieve our goals.
It's amazing to see the transformation that happens when people consciously shift their thoughts and beliefs.
Right.
Affirmations are like planting seeds of positivity in our minds. And with consistent nurturing, those seeds can grow into something truly remarkable.
That's beautiful.
It is.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. And it's fascinating how this concept extends beyond just individual success stories. Research has shown that self-affirmation can even have a positive impact on our health behaviors.
Oh, that's intriguing. I hadn't considered that connection before.
Yeah.
What kind of impact are we talking about?
Well, for instance, one study found that self-affirmation can help people be more receptive to health messages, even those that might feel threatening or challenging to hear.
So if someone is told they need to make a lifestyle change for their health affirmations, could help them be more open to actually taking action.
Exactly.
That's a powerful concept, especially when it comes to those tough conversations about behavior change.
It is. It's like the affirmations create a buffer, reducing defensiveness and fostering a more positive mindset.
Right.
This makes it easier to process and accept information that might otherwise trigger resistance.
It really highlights how interconnected our thoughts, beliefs, and actions truly are.
It really does.
It's like a ripple effect starting with those positive affirmations.
It is, and it underscores the importance of cultivating that positive and supportive inner dialogue.
Right.
So for our listeners who are ready to embrace the power of affirmations, where should they begin?
That's a great question. What advice would you give to someone who's just starting out with affirmations?
I always recommend starting small.
Okay.
Don't try to overhaul your entire thought process overnight. Right.
Instead, choose one or two affirmations that genuinely resonate with you, statements that feel believable and empowering.
So it's about starting with something manageable and building from there. Exactly. What about those moments when self-doubt inevitably creeps in?
Yes.
How can affirmations help us navigate those tricky situations?
That's where the real magic happens.
Okay.
When those doubts surface, it's time to double down on your affirmations.
Okay.
Repeat them with conviction. Visualize yourself overcoming the challenge.
Right.
And remind yourself of your strengths and past successes.
So it's like having a mental toolkit.
Yes.
To combat negativity and self-doubt.
Exactly.
A way to proactively shift our thinking.
Think of affirmations as your secret weapon against those limiting beliefs.
I like that.
They're a way to empower yourself and create the reality you want to experience.
It's about taking control of our thoughts and shaping our own destinies. It's such a powerful message.
It is, and the more you practice, the easier it becomes.
Yeah, it's like building a muscle. At first, it might feel awkward.
Right.
But over time, it becomes a natural and empowering part of who you are.
So consistency is key. It's about making it a regular practice and integrating it into our lives.
Absolutely. It's not about achieving perfection.
Yeah.
It's about progress.
Right.
Even small, consistent efforts can lead to remarkable transformations over time.
It sounds like affirmations are a powerful tool, not just for building confidence, but for living a more fulfilling and meaningful life overall.
I truly believe that.
That's great.
When we cultivate a positive and empowering mindset, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities.
Yeah.
We become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of achieving our goals.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. This has been such an illuminating deep dive into the power of positive affirmations.
It's been a pleasure. It's always inspiring to explore tools that can help people unlock their full potential.
And for our listeners who want to dive even deeper into this topic, I want to remind you about DigyKeys.com and the amazing resources we offer.
Yes.
In particular, I highly recommend checking out the Confidence Blueprint.
Yes! The Confidence Blueprint is a fantastic resource. It's packed with practical tips and strategies for building unshakable confidence. It's a great complement to our conversation today.
So if you're ready to take your confidence to the next level, head over to DigyKeys.com and check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more insights and actionable advice on all things productivity and personal growth.
And remember, even if you're feeling skeptical, starting with just one affirmation and practicing it consistently can make a world of difference. You might be surprised by the transformation it brings.
Absolutely. It's about taking that first step and believing in the power of positive change.
Exactly. Confidence is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
And every step you take toward a more positive and empowered mindset is a step in the right direction.
Well said. Thanks again for joining us today. And thanks to all our listeners for tuning in. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
See you then.
It's been really eye-opening talking about affirmations and how they can impact not just our confidence, but also our health behaviors. I'm curious, are there different categories of affirmations?
That's a great question.
Like, are there specific types that work better for different areas of life?
While the basic principle remains the same, you can tailor affirmations to specific areas you want to improve. Think of it like a toolbox.
Okay, I like that analogy.
You choose the right tool for the job.
So walk me through those tools. What are some of the different categories of affirmations?
Well, one common category is self-love and self-compassion affirmations.
Okay.
These focus on building a more positive relationship with yourself.
Okay.
You might use affirmations like, I am worthy of love and respect, or I am kind and forgiving towards myself.
That makes sense. So instead of beating ourselves up over mistakes, we're intentionally cultivating self-acceptance.
Yeah.
Are there specific categories for things like work or relationships?
Absolutely. For career-related confidence, you might focus on affirmations that highlight your skills and abilities.
Okay.
Statements like, I am capable and competent in my work, or I am a valuable asset to my team.
Those sound really empowering. What about affirmations for relationships? I imagine those would focus on building healthy connections.
Exactly. You might use affirmations like, I am surrounded by loving and supportive relationships, or I attract healthy and fulfilling connections into my life.
So we're intentionally directing our thoughts toward the kind of relationships we want to experience.
Yes.
It's fascinating how we can use these affirmations to shape different areas of our lives.
It's a powerful tool for personal growth and self-discovery, but I do want to touch upon a potential pitfall
Okay, good.
people sometimes encounter with affirmations.
What are some of the things people should watch out for?
One common mistake is using affirmations in a way that feels forced or unrealistic. For example, if you're feeling deeply insecure about your appearance, repeatedly saying, I am the most beautiful person in the world, might actually backfire.
It seems like that could create a disconnect between how we're feeling and what we're trying to affirm.
Exactly. Authenticity is key.
Right.
It's more effective to choose affirmations that resonate with you on a deeper level,
Okay.
even if they start with acknowledging where you're currently at.
Right.
So instead of that extreme statement, you might start with something like, I am learning to appreciate my unique beauty.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's about gradually shifting our mindset, starting with where we are and building from there.
Precisely. And another important thing to remember is that affirmations aren't a magic bullet.
Right.
They're a tool to support your efforts, but they work best when combined with action.
So it's not about just repeating phrases and expecting things to magically change. It's about integrating those affirmations with real-world efforts.
That's right. Affirmations can be a powerful catalyst for change, but they're most effective when we put in the work to make those changes happen.
It's like that saying, the universe rewards action.
Yes.
We have to be willing to take steps toward what we want.
Exactly. And speaking of taking action, one powerful way to amplify the effectiveness of affirmations is to combine them with other personal growth practices.
Oh, I'm really intrigued by that.
Mm.
What are some practices that work well with affirmations?
One that comes to mind is visualization.
Okay.
This involves creating vivid mental images of yourself successfully achieving your goals.
Right.
When combined with affirmations, visualization can help strengthen those positive neural pathways and make your desired outcomes feel more attainable.
So it's about engaging multiple senses, not just repeating words, but actually seeing and feeling ourselves succeeding.
Exactly.
What other practices complement affirmations?
Mindfulness is another powerful tool.
Okay.
It involves being present in the moment without judgment.
Uh-huh.
By practicing mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, which helps us identify and challenge those negative beliefs that might be holding us back.
It's like mindfulness gives us that awareness we need to recognize those negative thought patterns, and then affirmations provide the positive alternative. It seems like a really synergistic combination.
They complement each other beautifully, and one more practice I want to mention is gratitude.
Okay.
When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our attention away from scarcity and lack toward abundance and appreciation. This can have a profound impact on our overall mindset, making it easier to embrace positive affirmations and believe in their power.
It's amazing how these practices can work together to create such a powerful shift in our thinking.
It is.
So we've talked about the different types of affirmations, potential pitfalls, and how to amplify their effectiveness. For those listening who are feeling inspired to give this a try, what final words of wisdom would you offer?
My advice is to start small, be patient, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Transformation takes time. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Consistency is key. Keep practicing, keep believing, and keep nurturing those seeds of positivity in your mind.
That's such a powerful message to end on. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. This has been such a valuable deep dive into the world of positive affirmations.
It's been my pleasure. I'm always excited to talk about tools that can empower people to live more fulfilling lives.
And to our listeners, if you'd like to explore this topic further, don't forget to check out the resources available at DigyKeys.com, including the Confidence Blueprint, which is packed with practical strategies for boosting your confidence. And of course, be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more deep dives into topics like this. We're here to support you on your journey to personal growth and success.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe for more insights, and visit DigyKeys.com for resources like the Confidence Blueprint, your guide to confidence. See you next time.